Hello and welcome back to Humans in 5.
Having a regular checkup with a medical professional is part of looking after ourselves. We double check that everything is working as it should be. When we're growing, checking that everything is on track is important too.
Tracking growth is only possible if we have some way of defining normal or average growth. In order to find that, we have to rely on loads and loads of data that's been gathered on height and weight, as well as the dimensions of different limbs of children as they grow. These data are usually presented in what are known as growth charts.
Measuring the pattern of child growth is not a new concept. In the 1700s, physicians became interested in how birth weight related to child growth, and in order to study this, they created some of the first longitudinal growth studies. These studies are called longitudinal because they run across the length of one person's life, collecting the same data from the same person at a specific interval of time, such as every so many years or months.
Height and weight is the most common data collected for measuring growth, but this isn't the only relevant information. Head circumference is also regularly collected to see how a child's brain growth is going.
Researchers from all over the world have collected growth data on children growing in different circumstances. The most commonly used growth charts are those produced by the World Health Organization. The data used to create these charts were collected from healthy, breastfed children from around the world.
These data sets show that there are general patterns we can see with growth. There are children who grow at an average rate, those who grow above average, and those who grow below average. Growth is still happening for all these kids, just at different rates.
One of the ways we can separate these rates is by classifying them into what are known as centiles. Centiles, a shortened version of the word percentiles, refer to different patterns of growth, with children falling into different centiles as they grow in length and weight. For example, a child may be in the 50th percentile in height, which would be considered the average for their age. If another child is in the 75th percentile for height, they would be considered to be above average in height for their age.
If a baby is quite high in weight for its age, it may simply have been born on the large side to start, or it's possibly being fed a little bit too much. On the other hand, if a baby is slightly below average in weight for its age, it may indicate that they're unwell. Since babies should be weighed very regularly from an early age, little fluctuations are pretty normal.
Once children start to grow, crossing centiles, moving from below average to above average, for example, that may happen naturally. Things start to change a lot around puberty, and adolescence in particular, as during this age we go through our adolescent growth spurt. Height is increasing a lot here, but our other body tissues are changing too with all those hormonal shifts.
We hope this gives you a little insight into how we can track growth, and we'll see you next time on Humans in 5.
And don't forget to subscribe!